Senator, can you walk us through the confirmation schedule as far as the timeline of how this works? So start in early January with advise and consent. Our audience is very confused. You guys can actually start hearings before Trump is president. Is that correct?
Yeah, we can start the hearing process and set it up. So on January 4th, which is a Saturday, but I'm just saying technically after January 3rd and everybody gets sworn in to the new Congress, which would be the 119th Congress, we can move in with the hearing process. We can't do the confirmation, but we can set the stage to do them once on January 21st. And what we're trying to do now is do them in blocks. So if we can get the hearing processes done through the committee, and then we can set them up on the floor for a vote, the committee passes them, and then we can have them. We can have some of the ones that may not be as tough or I guess ones that are going to go through without any breeze or without any issue. We can put those in a block. When you talk about Pete. When you start talking about, or Peter, you start talking about Tulsi, maybe Pam. Pam shouldn't really have any issues at all. When you start talking about Bobby Kennedy, those will probably have to go one at a time, but everything can be ready to roll. I don't think there'll be a need to do a recess appointments on these. There may be on some of the lower ones that Chuck Schumer just wants to drag his feet on, but the recess process is very difficult, and that's threading a hard needle to be able to get that done. We can go into that if you want to into depth.
Yeah. So what is, because there's been a lot of coverage on that. Both houses, House and Senate, need to adjourn, right? And it needs to be for at least 10 days. Again, I have a very elementary understanding here. Please educate our audience on the recess process.
Right. So Article 2, Section 2 gives us the ability to advise and consent, and then we can also recess. And Article 2, Section 3 gives the president the authority to put us into recess. But because this has been tried before, now remember, Article 2, Section 3 has never been invoked ever by President of the United States. Underneath the Obama administration in 2014, that both chambers did recess. And by the way, when both chambers recess, it has to be a procedural motion to do so. It's not debatable, but it is amendable, meaning that Chuck Schumer can amend it, and then it can go to the House, and Hakeem Jeffries can amend it. They have to be equal. So if they continue to amend it, they could keep us in there for quite some time. When they both adjourn and they're not exactly the same when they go into recess, then what took place in 2014, Obama went ahead and made an appointment. The Republicans took him to court. The Supreme Court ruled in our favor, and it was the Cannon decision that actually did that, and it overturned the recess appointment. But say we can get it done. We can get both houses to adjourn. They had to be adjourned and recess for a minimum of 10 days before the recess appointment can take place. Now, if Article 2, Section 2, we can't agree to it, and underneath Article 2, Section 3, the president can, if both chambers cannot agree, the president can recess us for a set amount of days. If that takes place, the person that is appointed and over recess is not a permanent position, and it's an unpaid position. So they can't get paid, and they still got to get confirmed, and they can only be in position or in a possession of that position for a maximum of 201 days or until the next Congress goes in place. So meaning that's a temporary position, unpaid. It's not ideal to do that, but it's the last ditch effort if the Democrats try to hold up this administration from actually pushing forth the mandate the American people put forward on Congress.